Well, hey, girl, you're a pretty one. I can sell your looks. Hey, girl, you're a foxy one. I can sell your body. Hey, girl, hey, you need a place to sleep tonight? Look like daddy didn't treat you right. Hey, girl. Hey. What do you say? Hey, baby, you got a pretty smile. I see that twinkle in your eye. Looks like it's worth a while. What you say? Come on. Let's go. I like your girly wiles. What do you say, baby? Get off the street and come with me. I'll give you a job and a place to eat. It's clean work. You get a shower every hour. Only half-hour slots. And you know, she sat there and thought about it, smiled and said, all right, let's go, sugar.
A little bit younger than I was. And so we ran around together, but his mom's boyfriend, and I got to see him a couple of times during my driving career. His name was Ed. Well, Ed's recently, he's not recently, it's been 15 years ago since he died. But he was an old school truck driver from the 50s and 60s. Now this guy has some stories. But I'll tell you, he also had a moonshine still. And a swimming pool. 10,000 gallons worth of moonshine in this swimming pool. So Steve and myself, we go up there to Tennessee. Some of the best moonshine you'd ever have. Some of the best moonshine you'd ever see. Well, Steve and myself will go up there in this rusty step-side Chevrolet pickup truck with a 289 straight 6 in it, and we bring back some moonshine back when it was illegal, approximately 120 gallons of it, which they came in mason jars, which is like a quart. So you can imagine 50 gallons plus in a quart. And we drive back down Florida. My dad, he frequented bars in the area. The Foxhead Bar down in Osteen, Florida, back in the day, was a honky-tonk. Weren't no juke joint. You could hear Waylon and Hank Jr. blaring out of there. Leonard Skinner, Molly Hatchet. It was a time to tell about. A time I'm telling about. So what would happen was, my dad would set up clients. And we didn't know this all started with one person wanting some moonshine. But then one person adds to 5 people, and 5 ends a twin. Next thing you know, there's 20 people there. So for $50 a quart, this moonshine was sold. And me and my friend Steve would bring it down to Florida, go up to Tennessee, and bring it back down to the Foxhead. Now my dad, he didn't want to cut, but he was amazed at what we could do. Now it wasn't like drug dealing. It was only moonshine. It was a homemade brew. And then some of it had squirrel hair, some had tree bark, but it was always good. It's something that you would bring in, have unloaded in the parking lot. Over 50 gallons of moonshine. Me and my friend Steve would bring it back down to the Foxhead Lounge. That's where it was passed around. And I have to tell you, it was kind of hairy, because in the back of that pickup truck, that old Chevrolet Stepside, we have beer cans. It has a sliding glass window in the back. Or just throw the empties out there like they were going in a sack. So the wind currents will blow them up from time and time again, kind of like a tornado swirl. They were just swirling in the wind. Yeah, me and my old friend Steve, back in the innocent days, we bring back some moonshine for the boys in Florida to taste. However, Florida had the rum, so his mom's boyfriend started making some. We get some rum, bring it down, way past the Mason-Dixon line, and that's when everybody started having a real good time. Because moonshine is one thing and rum is another. But the way this story goes, I would do it again, like no other.
Well, people, I hope you have a good day today. I am enjoying myself on the Wrong Radio Show. Let yourself in and let's begin. The man at the door said. Sit down. Come to find out, the devil likes jazz. And having sour cream and coagulated blood.
Yeah, so I've been asked by Ryan Lee Carlson, songwriter. I was interviewed one time about transportation tools, let's say. The things that we use through the years, Black Beauties, West Coast turnarounds, White Crosses, this thing called Crank for coast-to-coast amphetamine highs. Do you really think that any of that could get you from one side of the country to the other nonstop? I mean, It's a bunch of crap. And this guy is on my nerves with his interview questions. Crank. That's what they called it or something. West Coast turnarounds, black beauties. It's all a hoax. Something that has been statued in the 30s and 40s and all through the transportation industry. It just doesn't make sense to think that you could drive from one side of the country to the other nonstop with no rest or anything. It's insane. It's unstable, and it never happened. Like Crank, for instance, this thing they call Crank, the bikers kept it in their crankcase in their motorcycles and sold it to drivers back in the 70s. Don't you think that it would have been saturated with oil, or maybe even, the packaging would have been torn by the sprockets inside the crankcase housing? I don't know where this guy gets off asking these questions. It's all fable. It's a hoax. It's myth.
She was the one who kept me stoned. Now she's gone. I've been so sober and all alone. Where Mary goes, she left me on the side of the highway, all naked and cold. She'd tell me she'd come for me on Monday. Lord, that was a month ago. And I knew she wouldn't be there. And I really don't care. But I still remember the time we had together. Me and her, yeah. Me and Mary Jane. Her first name was Mary Jane. And her middle name was Trouble. Yeah. And her father was the devil. Her mother was a fallen angel. Lucifer married us in hell. Look at you, sit there, needle in your arm, little bit of coke on your nose. Your pockets are empty, got holes in your clothes. And when you stand, you can't stand too straight. And when you stay up extra late. You don't want the sun shining in those junkie eyes. And you had a woman and she left home. Then you lost the car, then you started to roam, and you left, walked out, and left town. The highway's there in front of you, and the past is in back, and it's highway of truth. But you don't care, 'cause you're just a junkie